Alright, so this section is pretty short. We're going to be talking about how to find the area of different triangles. And the key thing is, just like our law of sines and law of cosines, the triangles are not right triangles. So the formulas we're going to talk about in this section deal with finding the area of oblique triangles. Alright, let's get started. So our first general formula is the basic area of an oblique triangle. And the area is equal to 1/2 BC times the sine of A. That's our first formula. Then we have 1/2 AB times the sine of C, and finally 1/2 AC times the sine of B. So we're going to focus on just our first formula here. There's a general oblique triangle. Let's say that I have angle A, angle B, angle C, which means that this is side A, this is side B, and side C. Let's talk about the things that are needed for the first example. So I have side B, I have side C, and I have angle A, which means that we have side, angle, side. That's having the given information in that order in side, angle, side is the clue that we can use this formula to find the area. If you look at a different one, let's say we had 1/2 AB sine of C, so I have side A, I have side B, and I have angle C. Again, we have side, angle, side. So these formulas are just set up to show you that it doesn't matter which set of side, angle, side you have, as long as the information is in that order, you can use this formula to find the area of a triangle. Alright, let's go ahead and apply it now. Okay, so I have side A, side C, and angle B. Let's go ahead and draw a picture just so we can visualize this. Again, this is not drawn to scale. Alright, so we'll say that this is angle A, angle B, angle C, which means you have side A, side B, and side C. I'm just going to mark what I know. So I know side A, I know side C, and I know angle B. So we're verifying here that the information given to me is in the side, angle, side form, which means that I can go ahead and use this formula. And when I do and I plug things in, I'm going to get that the area is equal to 1/2 times 103 times 58 times the sine of 74.5. And when I go ahead and calculate my area, I get that it's approximately 2,878.4, and then we would have units squared. We don't have any units here, but maybe it's feet, maybe it's inches, whatever the units are, they would definitely be squared. Okay, so for our next example, I'm going to go ahead and draw another triangle just to verify we have side, angle, side. So angle A, angle B, angle C, side A, side B, side C. I'm given that I have side B, side C, and angle A, so I definitely have side, angle, side. When I plug in my information, then I have 1/2 times 4.5 times 22 times the sine of, and we have this minutes appearing, so degrees and minutes. Remember to convert the minutes into a decimal, divide by 60, so I have approximately 5 point, and I'm running out of room here, 5.25. That's kind of messy. So it's 5.25. Alright, when I go ahead and simplify that, I'm going to get that the area is equal to 4.529, and again, units squared. Now, we're not always given perfect information, so it's not always in side, angle, side form. We have another formula that helps us deal with a triangle when we have all three sides, and it's called Heron's formula. So our formula is s times s minus a times s minus b times s minus c, all under the square root, where a, b, and c are all sides of the triangle, and s is the sum of all the triangle. Try that again. The sum of all the sides of the triangle divided by 2. Okay, let's go ahead and look at an example of how to use this. Okay, so here we can see that we have all three sides, so which means our first step is to go ahead and solve for s. When I want to solve for s, we get 14 plus 17 plus 7, all divided by 2, and that is going to equal 19. Now that I know what s is, I can go back and plug everything into my formula, which means that the area is going to equal the square root of s times s minus a times s minus b times s minus c. And when I simplify all that, I get that a is equal to approximately 47.7. And then you have a use of Heron's formula when we know all three sides. Alright, so one more example of how to use Heron's formula. We're going to go ahead and find S first. And again, S is adding up all the sides and dividing by 2. So 20 plus 20 plus 10, all divided by 2, gives me 25 for my S value. I'm then going to go ahead and plug it all into my formula. So my area is going to equal S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. And once I have simplified all of that under the radical, I get that the area is 96.82 units squared. Alright, so let's go look at an application of how to use the area formula. Alright, so we have two individuals here that are trying to buy a block of land, and they want to figure out how much land they're actually trying to buy. Alright, so looking at that first triangle, we'll call this one triangle 1 and triangle 2. I am given side D, I guess, yeah, well, side AB, and side AD, and then also angle A, which means I have side angle side, so I can use my first formula to solve for that area. Looking at my second triangle, I have one side and one angle. I'm missing some stuff. So I really would like to be able to find this missing side here, which would allow me to use my first formula to solve for that area. In order to find that side, we'll go ahead and call it X. I have to use my first triangle, and we'll talk about that on the next slide. Alright, so to solve for X, I'm going to start using law of cosines. And I know I have to use law of cosines because I don't have a corresponding set with a side and an angle to use law of sines. And I don't have a right triangle, so I can't use regular sine, cosine, or tangent. Okay, so when I set this up, we're going to get X squared is equal to 125 squared plus 120 squared minus 2 times 125 times 120 times the cosine of 75. Okay, so when we reduce that, we get, or rather if we simplify that, then we're going to get that X squared is equal to 22,260.43. Our last step is to take the square root of that number, and if we do, then we get for our final answer that X is equal to approximately 149.20. Alright, I can now move on to finding the area for my triangles. So we have triangle 1 and triangle 2. We have side angle side for each one, so I can use the first formula. Looking at triangle 1, if I were to find the area, it would be 1/2 times 125 times 120 times the sine of 75. And I get 7,244.44. Looking at triangle 2, I have 1/2 times 149.20 times 90 times the sine of 30. And that's going to give me 3,357. So then my last task is to take my two areas and add them together. And if I add them together, then I get the total area of my triangles is equal to 10,601.44. And we do have units here in meters, so this is going to be in meters squared. Okay, so there you have it, your two alternate area formulas for oblique triangles. One when we have side angle side, and the other one if you know all three sides. Okay, so that wraps it up for triangles.